Hello, family. I'm so glad you're here today. Today's Holistic Health for Women of Color podcast episode is a love letter to every woman of color who has ever felt like she had to choose between her heritage and her health. The truth? You don't have to give up your roots to feel well. You can honor your ancestors and your body at the same time. Welcome to Holistic Health for Women of Color podcast, where healing meets heritage. I am Donna Williams, certified holistic health coach, guided by ancestral wisdom, lived experience, and heart-centered practices. After navigating high blood pressure and medication side effects, I chose a holistic path, and now I support women of color in reclaiming health with rhythm, rest, and ritual. Expect nourishing food, gentle herbs, mindset work, and culturally rooted practices that honor your whole self. Your body is wise, your lineage is rich, and your wellness is sacred. When I first started my own wellness journey, I felt torn. I felt torn between what the health world said I should do and what felt natural in my own life and culture. So many wellness plans ignored the foods, tradition, and the rhythms that shaped me. Maybe you have felt this too. Like you're forced to choose between your roots and your health. So I want to clarify why culturally sensitive wellness matters. Too many programs overlook the importance of culture. Your family favorite meals, spiritual practices, even how you rest and move. When these are ignored, it's not good. Wellness feels like a burden, I think. Not a blessing. But when we honor our heritage, routines become doable and joyful, not restrictive. Today's podcast is how to build a culturally sensitive wellness routine that fits your life, not somebody else's vision or what they think you should be doing, but your life. We're going to talk about what culturally sensitive wellness actually looks like, why mainstream routines often miss the mark for us, and a step-by-step framework you can use to build habits that respect your story, your schedule, and your traditions. I hope you can go work along with me on this. Let me give you a little quick note. Nothing in this episode is medical advice. It's just education and encouragement. I want you to always check in with your healthcare provider for personal medical decisions. That person knows you best. And a heads up, if you're listening and thinking, yes, I need help building this for my life, I offer one-on-one holistic coaching designed for women of color who want to reclaim their health without giving up their roots. We'll work together to build habits, reduce stress, and honor your story every step of the way. I'll share more about this later in the show. So let's get started. So much of mainstream wellness can feel like it's asking you to choose between your health and your heritage. But you don't have to give up the flavors, the rituals, or family traditions that make you who you are. Instead, you can adapt and blend them with practices that support your unique health journey. This is especially important for women of color who often face higher rates of high blood pressure and chronic stress, and whose needs are too often overlooked in the generic health advice. So what gets in the way? feeling pressure to cut out beloved cultural foods, lack of representation in wellness spaces, advice that doesn't consider your family tastes, your schedule, or your stressors, guilt or confusion about doing things the right way. So, what is culturally sensitive wellness routine? Culturally sensitive wellness routine means your well-being practices are built with your identity in mind. Your language, your food, your spiritual practices, your family roles, your work realities, your body, your budget, and your boundaries. It's not cutting out every beloved dish because a trend says so. Or it's not forcing a 5 a.m. routine if your shift ends at 4 a.m. Pretending stress from racism, colorism, exophemia, or anti-blackness doesn't impact your body. Ignoring intergenerational wisdom from aunties, elders, abuelitas, that is your granny, or your faith community. It is translating traditions into today's life, adjusting habits to your energy, schedule, and season of life, including joy, rest, community, and dignity as non-negotiables. Using tools that fit your life, whether that's a prayer mat, a grocery budget, a playlist, or a stroller. Because your wellness isn't just physical. Our wellness is not just physical. It's mental, emotional, cultural, and communal. If your routine disrespects your story, it won't stick. And honestly, it shouldn't. Why mainstream wellness often misses us? And this is not a criticism. This is just facts of way of life. Many one-size-fits-all routine were never designed with women of color in mind. They often require time, money, or access we don't always have. They may dismiss larger bodies, textured hair, darker skin, protective style, or the realities of bias in healthcare. They might prioritize foods and exercises from one culture while labeling ours as cheat meals. Ha. On top of that, chronic stress. Think microaggressions at work, caregiving, immigration stress. Financial pressure adds to what researchers call allostatic load, the wear and tear on the body from ongoing stress. That matters for energy, sleep, hormones, and mood. So if your morning walk doesn't erase a decade of stress, nothing's wrong with you. You're human. That's why our routines needs to be compassionate and strategic. They need to reduce stress, nourish joy, and fit into real life, not fantasy calendars. I'm going to introduce you today to the roots framework that I would like you to keep in mind. But first, when I first started my healing journey, I was overwhelmed. Yes, I was overwhelmed by all the wellness advice out there. Because I'm from the island of Jamaica, so it's a little different. Much of it didn't reflect my lived experience as a woman of color or the foods and traditions I grew up with. After years of trial and error and trying to fit in, Navigating family expectations and cultural foods and my own health needs, I realized something powerful. True wellness isn't about erasing your roots or copying someone else's routine. No, no, no. It's about building a foundation that fits your life, honors your culture, and supports your body step by gentle step. Here's a simple, I'd call it human centered framework I use with clients to build culturally sensitive routines that last. And it's called ROOTS. R is for rooted self inventory. O is observe and track. O is orient your environment. T is translate traditions. S is sustain and iterate. Let's walk through each step with examples you can use right away and understand. R, rooted self inventory. Start by remembering who you are. Yes, sometimes we get caught up in the game of life and we sort of step away. I don't think we actually forget who we are. We just step away for a moment. So I want you to get into the habit of take 10 minutes to jot down your lineage and identity. Where's home for you? What communities raised you? Traditions that feel like medicine. And you know what you're talking about because you know how we grow up. We use spices, teas, prayer, hair rituals, dance, music, and nature. Current life realities. Our work hours, caregiving, energy, access to grocery stores, and our budget. Non-negotiables. Your faith practices that grounds us and help us stay calm. Sunday dinner. Language classes and braiding day. Example. If you're Afro-Caribbean and Sundays are for stew, church, and family, your routine should work with that. Maybe meal prep sides on Saturday or make a lighter breakfast that day. We go on to O, observe and track. For 7 days, only 7 days, lightly track 3 things. We're going to track energy, and that is for morning, afternoon, and evening. You track it to see how you're doing. Stress, movements, effort, events that spike your stress, and wins, small things that feel good. So, for 7 days, you're going to observe and track your energy, stress, and wins. This helps you build around your rhythms. If your energy peaks at 8 p.m., stop forcing yourself to do a 6 a.m. workout. If your stress spikes after a commute, add a 5-minute decompress when you walk in the door. You could shower, stress, listen to a gospel playlist, or a quick journaling voice note, or put on some music. And nothing wrong with taking a sit down and read a magazine, a page of something, just something to shift your energy. This is how you connect to your culturally sensitive wellness routine that fits your life. O, orient your environment. Make your environment support your routine. Anchor habits to things you already do. And we're talking your prayer times, School drop off, coffee, here wash day. Yes, we don't wash our hair every day. As for prayer times, I love my 4 a.m. prayer time. The place is so quiet. That is my devotion time. And it's slow the place. I'm not in a rush, so I truly absorb it. So you choose your preferred time. The next thing is place cues in your space, around your space. Keep your water bottle near your keys, tea bags by the kettle, sneakers by the door. Do what you normally do or make your day or life easy, your environment smooth and flowing. Prep for realities. And I'm talking our satin-lined caps for post-workout hair protection. Travel snacks, kits for long shifts. Spices that make your food craveable. So delicious and flavorful. Oh boy. Budget-friendly tip. Choose one small purchase that removes the biggest barrier. Maybe a foam roller for tight hips, a rice cooker, or a pill organizer. T. Translate traditions. You want to keep your culture, so translate it to your goals. For example, when they start with food example, because that is the foundation of our health. Keep flavor. Adjust your cooking methods. Try baking, grilling, or air frying instead of deep frying sometimes. Use spices that blend citrus, scallion, cilantro, gochujang, achiote, bear, whatever tastes like home. And please excuse my pronunciations. Add one green or one bean to any dish. Colored greens with smoked turkey, black beans in Arocan polo, shanta with spinach, and edamame in rice. Some form of green to balance it out. Portion with presence. And I'm talking about build plates with color and texture. You don't have to cancel white rice. You can just pair it with some fiber and protein to feel steady. Movement examples. This is very important. I want you to dance your culture. Whatever it might be, dance your culture. Afro beats to cardio, bachata for joy, bhangra for power. 10 minutes counts. That is a whole up. You can work up energy and everything in 10 minutes, and your breath is breathing deep in and out, and it brings laughter to your whole being, and then you just relax. Community movement. Walking calls with cousins, stroller walks with a neighbor, church walking clubs. Respect your hair and skin. So choose protective styles for sweaty weeks. Keep gentle cleansers and sunscreen that works for your skin tone. Mind, body, spirit examples. Morning grounding with your language, whatever it might be. When you go out the door, you might have to only speak English, but that is not your natural language. So ground yourself with your language. So pray, chant, read a verse, say a proverb from your grandmother. Herbal traditions. Herbal traditions with care, meaning ginger, hibiscus, chamomile, turmeric, if they are safe for you. So check the interactions if you're on medication, if you have any interactions if you're on medication. Ancestral connection. Cook a family recipe once a week, at least once a week. That grounds you. and make you feel so much. It does something to the spirit. That's what I feel. Share stories at the table. Place photos of ancestors in your space if that's part of your tradition. S. Sustain and iterate. Make it repeatable and kind. Pick 2 to 3 keystone habits that give 80% of your benefit. Maybe that's a 10-minute walk, a protein with breakfast rule, and a nightly phone cutoff. Choose simple measures of progress. And we're talking energy, mood, sleep quality, period symptoms, cravings, and also track weekly, but not obsessively. Plan for seasons. And we're talking Ramadan, Lent, festival seasons, school schedules, grief, postpartum, exams. Your routine should flex, meaning it's flexible. Build community where you can. Ask a cousin to text after they walk. Start a WhatsApp group where you maintain contact with your friends and family. My family have a WhatsApp contact group, and it's international because we all don't live one place. And that's how you think whenever we do meet up after not seeing each other for 10, 15 years, it's like we just continue the conversation because we have always been talking. So attend a local class led by someone who understands your culture. Next, what about the 3 plug and play routines? We're going to use these to get started, to mix and match to fit your reality. And I'm talking about the 10-minute morning for busy women, where you take probably 2 minutes to hydrate and breathe. Drink some water while doing 4 slow breaths. Set an intention in your language or a short prayer for the day. When you take approximately 3 minutes to do some gentle movement. It could be hip circles helps loosen up the body, neck stretches, or a mini dance to a song from your culture. Get you going. Then another 3 minutes to nourish. Quick protein, boiled eggs with chili and lime, yogurt with fruit, peanut butter on toast with cinnamon, something as simple like that and easy. Or you can prepare something from the night before so you can just grab it and go. 2 minutes of skin hair, meaning your sunscreen, your makeup that doesn't leave the sunscreen that doesn't leave a cast. Some makeup or whatever you wear on your face, your lipstick, probably just put on some lipstick and you go. Oil your ends, the ends of our hair, or refresh your protective style. Be the 30-minute daily reset. And this you can do any time of the day. Do 5 minutes of a brain dump. Write or voice note on what's on your mind. You want to do 10 minutes of movement. And we're still talking about the walk, dance, light stretch, or a mobility flow. Use music that lights you up. And this is all about the culturally sensitive wellness routine that is to help keep you sane. A 10 minutes of cook or prep. You're going to chop some veggies, marinate protein, make a pot of beans or rice for the week. A 5 minutes joy microdose, some tea, sunlight, a call to your auntie, or reading a poem. The Sunday culture and wellness blend. Cook one heritage dish with a small upgrade. So you're going to add a veggie, swap one ingredient for fiber, or bake instead of fry. Prep two grab and go items like a fruit bowl and a protein like chicken, tofu, or eggs. Include the family. We have to do family movement, where you walk after dinner or turn on a playlist and dance for 15 minutes. That is so much laughter and fun and a great way to connect. Reflection. What felt good this week? Look back on the week and said, what felt good this week? And what needs care next week? For some special cases, I like to mention shift workers. Another anchor shift. Hydrate. Hydrate well. Enjoy a protein-rich meal. A dark room for sleep and a 10-minute stretch before bed. Moms of little ones, treat stroller walks and floor play as movement. Batch cook and freeze staples to make your life easier and run more smooth. Students, pack study snacks with protein and fiber. Walk while listening to lectures. And keep bedtime routines consistent when possible. We're going to talk about real life barrier and what to say or do. We're going to talk about family food pressure. We're going to start with what to say. We could start by saying, okay, the family member, whoever is the main one that's doing the cooking, you could say to them, I love your cooking. Can I start with a smaller plate and come back for more? Or let's add a salad so I can taste everything and feel good. What to do? I'd like you to bring a dish you love that supports your goal. Share how a small change helps you feel better, not smaller. If time is scarce, here's a strategy for that. Habit stacking. So tie new habits to existing ones. And then stretch it out with learn to stretch out time by doing things in certain ways and the easier way. Like brew your tea, then fill a water bottle. Put on some music, then tidy for 5 minutes. Budget. A budget strategy. Staples. You want to make sure you have beans, lentils, eggs, frozen vegetables, seasonal produce, rice, oats. Buy spices in bulk or from cultural markets. This is to help you stress less when you have everything sorted, smooth and flowing and in your cupboard that you can just replenish from time to time. You don't have to rush out to go look for it when you need it. Now, we, women of color, is very much into our hair and sweat strategy. Protective styles for active week. So you're going to have your sweatbands. Schedule workouts near wash days. And keep a scalp spray and a satin scarf in your bag. Community skepticism. We all experience that from time to time. So what do you say? I'm not dieting. I'm building energy to show up for us longer. Or I'm keeping our flavors and honoring my body. Both can be true. How do you address stress and burnout? Here's a strategy. 2 minutes reset each day, or whenever you feel the stress, the spike in your stress. So you're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 6 with your shoulders down. Unclench your jaw. Place your hands over your heart or belly. You can do this anywhere, in your car, your bathroom, or your break room. And reset. When you're traveling or on holidays, strategy, I want you to anchor just 2 habits, and they are water and walking. Everything else flexes. So enjoy the food when you're traveling and on holiday. Connect with family. Move your body and sleep when you can. So how about some guided grounded? You want some guided grounded practices that is so natural and flexible that it doesn't put any stress on you, or you'll not forget when it is a normal habit that you do all the time. So if you can, place your feet on the floor. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Exhale gently for a count of 6. Feel your shoulders soften. Picture the hands that have cared for you. We're talking your grandmother, your mother, your auntie, a mentor. Imagine for a moment those hands resting on your shoulders, steady and warm. You're not alone. Notice your breath moving. Inhale, you receive. Exhale, you release. Say silently, I honor where I come from. I honor who I am becoming. One more breath in and out. Gently return your mind to the room where you're sitting. If this is resonating and you want a customized plan, I offer one-on-one holistic coaching designed for women of color who want to reclaim health without giving up their roots. We'll work together to build habits, reduce stress, and honor your story every step of the way. If you want details, send me a note at donna@holisticbphealth.com or DM me at instagram.com, Donna, DONNALW_. Or visit my Holistic Coaching for Health and Wellness website page. The links will be within the show notes. Spots are limited, so I can give each client deep care. I don't have a huge group for each month because I want to give deep care. So let's put it together for this week. Your simple challenge is, on day 1, do the rooted self-inventory. Write it down. Write down your identity, your traditions, your realities, and non-negotiables. Day 2 to 8, observe and track your energy, your stress spikes, and wins. Day 9, choose 2 keynote habits. Make them small and repeatable. Day 10, translate 1 tradition this week. Maybe it's adding greens to a favorite dish or a 10-minute culture dance break after work. Celebrate tiny wins. I want you to remember to celebrate your tiny wins. Share them with someone who gets it. Text a friend. Tell your mom or share on social with me so I can cheer you on. So here is a little example of rapid fire. I call it this rapid fire example. I want you to keep in mind. For South Asian twist, chia with less sugar and more ginger and cardamom. 10 minutes of Bangara burst. Afro-Latinx twist, arroz con guandulas with extra guandulas and sauteed peppers. Salsa dance as cardio. East Asian twist, kanji with shredded chicken and greens. Tai chi or a gentle mobility flow. Caribbean twist, baked plantain with cinnamon. Saka dance cleaning sessions. Middle Eastern twist, hummus and veggies as snacks. Brisk evening walk after family dinner. What I've been trying to say is, I want you to honor your lineage and heal forward. Cultural sensitive wellness routine is not about erasing who you are. It's about remembering. Your routine should fit your life, not force your life to fit a routine. Use rooted self-inventory, observe and track, orient your environment, translate traditions, sustain and iterate. Start small. Make it joyful. Keep it yours. If you want support bringing this to life, I'd love to help. My personalized holistic coaching is designed for women of color who want to reclaim health without giving up their roots. We'll work together to build habits, reduce stress, and honor your story every step of the way. To learn more or apply, head to my holisticbphealth.com, holistic coaching for health and wellness. Or email me at donna@holisticbphealth.com. Or DM me on instagram.com, DonnaLW_. With the roots, with the word roots. Let's build something you can live with and feel proud of. If this episode helped you, share it with a friend, your group chat, or your auntie who is on the wellness journey too. Rate and review the show so more women can find it. I thank you. I thank you so much for being here today. And I thank you for honoring your story. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.